How's it going there, everyone? It's Mr. Zan over here bringing you guys a brand new Bungou Stray Dogs episode discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we are going to be talking about the season finale of Bungou Stray Dogs. And I have to say, let's give a round of applause as this anime finished flawlessly, folks. Flawlessly and beautiful. Like, honestly, this episode was just pure action. And it was literally a climactic battle till the end with the guild members itself. And right there and then, the story actually went to a conclusion. Honestly, like the story went to a conclusion, but it opened brand new doors to a brand new arc in itself near the end of the story, which I thought to myself, wow, just wow. I can't wait for season 2 or the next season 2 for season 3 if they're gonna continue making this series, because this series was just done so well, guys. And honestly, like, my god, I was just in love with this episode. Granted, though, the episode did start off with Fitzgerald still facing off against Ryunosuke and freaking Atsushi. And I love the fact that these two characters finally merged together to defeat Fitzgerald. And it was flawlessly done, folks. Flawlessly. Like, oh my god, this episode was just beautiful. So beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm so pumped up for this episode because of the fact that, you know, the way they did this was choreographed so well. Like, honestly, like, you're watching this episode, you see Akutagawa and freaking Atsushi go at it, they're still going at it, but then they blend their powers together. You see freaking Rao Shaomon's power envelop all over freaking Atsushi's arm right there, and then in Fitzgerald uses all of his money, all of it, till the very end, till the number 0. The euros, the pennies, the yen, every amount of money that he has from every region, he used it all up against attack as Atsushi, and by the way, and like I said, Akutagawa used their own special attack, and they combined it and clashed, and it was done. That's it. All characters went all out right there, and I love the fact that it's funny because Fitzgerald still won. He still won, guys. But his stamina was gone to the point that they did that Disney cliche where he's standing on top, or I could say near an edge of a ledge, and then he just literally just falls over because his stamina is gone. But apparently there was nothing that he could fall under, so apparently he fell to his death. It was like a Disney death right there. And I'm like, no, I mean, come on, Fitzgerald deserved something better, but probably because his story was very tragic, because apparently his wife Zelda must have been dead, or apparently we weren't given too much information due to the fact that, you know, with Fitzgerald we were basically getting more information about him as the couple last episodes were introduced. But apparently it seems that he's going to be joining his wife in the netherworld, because in fact at the end of the fight he says that I will finally join you. And I'm here thinking, like, holy snap, man, this character, there was a lot more meaning to him than just him just becoming evil. It was actually more the fact that he was probably doing it for his wife, for dying wife, you could kind of say. We're not too sure yet. She probably is dead. But the point is, the episode was still great. And I love the fact that Atsushi even made a money pun right there at the end. He said, the minute he collapsed with Akutagawa, he said, oh man, I am spent. If you guys did not laugh at that, I'm just here thinking, like, really? Really? The creators must have really cleverly thought that out. Said, you know what, we're gonna do a money pun because based on Fitzgerald's theme, we're gonna do that within itself. And I just laughed when I heard that. I'm like, oh my god, guys, really? Like, you guys are really gonna throw that out there? But still, it was funny to watch. Don't get me wrong, it's funny to watch, but still very much fun to see, guys. And like I said, but you know, the thing about the fight itself that I actually very enjoyed very much was the fact that you actually see that Akutagawa was the one that actually was the stronger character, because of the fact that you see Atsushi struggling throughout the whole entire fight. He's the one that he's getting beat up throughout the whole entire time. Akutagawa was the one just getting pushed back. It's just he needed more time to recollect himself. He was not fast enough, and that's the thing that Atsushi had, was the speed. And that's the thing that Akutagawa saw that kind of helped him to gain the power, because with Atsushi's speed and Akutagawa's power, boom, right there and then Fitzgerald was done. Like I said, man, great ending right there, a great ending. And then we move on to then Kyoka's actual character development, because the fact that we see that right there and then. Of course, they defeat Fitzgerald, but apparently Akutagawa and Atsushi, they could not destroy the you could say Moby Dick because of the fact that some brand new villain or character came onto the screen and took control of the actual Moby Dick vehicle and basically was still driving it towards Yokohama. And here people are wondering like, whoa, who is doing this? Is this part of the Port Mafia? We don't know that for sure, but the episode continued on as we saw like a picture of a dead Mao, you could say like icon that looked very much like the DJ itself. Honestly, I thought it was like a homage to him, but that was weird because I'm like wondering, wait a minute, I don't think any other artist is referenced to or an author, and I don't think Deadmau 5 is referenced to that. I could be wrong though, maybe he really is, but let me know down in the comments if he really is. Not too sure, but that really was a Deadmau 5 reference right there. But continue on before I digress any further. Like I said, you see then the Moby Dick is still traveling out, but because of Kyoka's actual character development that is said, you know what, it's still part, you could say that Dazai-san made this as our entrance exam, say, you know what, if you sacrifice yourself and manually control Moby Dick to crash into the sea, you will basically become part of the actual detective agency. And that's the thing about it that was very entertaining, was the fact that, you know, you see Atsushi cleverly say, no, we cannot go down this route, but of course there was no other route to go with, which made the episode more entertaining for more viewers to keep understanding how is Kyoka gonna survive, because we all know that Bungo Stray Dogs characters don't die as necessarily easy, and especially a main character has been prevalent throughout the whole entire series. And I thought to myself, are they really gonna kill this character? But no, in actual factuality, they actually did not kill the character because it was thanks to Fukuzawa's actual power. That it's so kind of weird, guys. Like, it really is. The way they did this was when Fukuzawa's power, all men are created equal, it only activates once a person becomes part of the detective agency. And with Kyoka's character, she became part of the detective agency the minute the Moby Dick crashed into the sea, so that she was able to use her own powers, Demon So, to cut the chains and escape. Well, then I thought to myself, wait a minute, so she couldn't escape before? Which I thought to myself, that did not make any sense whatsoever when I was watching that. That did not make any sense. I'm assuming it was just more just to build up tension for the viewers itself. But honestly, that particular scene, it just did not make any sense because there is no powers there that could make Kyoka not use her Demon Snow ability, or either that you could say that she did not have her phone, or she abandoned her phone. So I remember correctly, Kyoka uses the phone to actually call upon her powers, and basically Fukuzawa helped her unlock that without the need of the phone itself. That's the only explanation I could think of that would involve with that. But other than that, it did not make any sense in my honest opinion. But continuing on though, like I said, Kyoka was then made into the detective agency after that, and I thought it was wonderful because the detective agency actually gave her a welcoming party. It was so welcoming that it was literally like a send-off for us viewers, saying that, you know, it's basically a party in itself, saying, oh, okay guys, this is the end of the season, we're having a party, relax, everything's already done, peace is here at last. And that's the thing, like, the episode was literally referencing so much about peace, because later on, after the party with Kyoka's actual, you know, involvement in the detective agency, we then see Dazai-san. Since Dazai-san was not involved at the party, you know, Atsushi said, where is Dazai-san? Where is he? You know, we all thought to ourselves, that's true. Everybody was relevant there at the party. Oh, and by the way, Edgar Allan Poe is now a part of the detective agency, which I thought to myself, that was hilarious, because Rampo actually introduced him there, but they made it as a comical relief, or actually another comical relief part was the fact that everybody's all having fun, and Edgar Allan Poe just got left out, as if saying that he's the weird one now of the whole entire bunch, and not Atsushi, since apparently Atsushi is not being recognized by all the other detective agency members as you're not necessarily a hero, but more as a respectable member now, and not as someone that they could just like look at him as a child. No, he like I said, he stepped up. In this arc, it was literally Atsushi's character development to step up and become, you could say, a detective in his own way. You could say an officer in his own way. Like I said, it's just amazing how Atsushi's character development developed throughout the whole entire 2 seasons. Just look back at how he actually started from a low runt person to now to a formidable person with a stronger background with himself. Like I said, it's just very interesting to see how they actually developed this character throughout the days. And now we actually freaking get Edgar Allan Poe. freaking Edgar Allan Poe right there. Oh man, that's just hilarious. But like I said though, back to Dazai-san, you then literally see Dazai-san right there talking to one of the Port Mafia members. Let me see if I can remember his name. Yes, it was Hirotsu. Hirotsu's character was very important in all this aspect. And the reason I say this is because of the fact that Dazai-san actually planned everything out. And Dazai-san was the one, not necessarily, you could say, setting up the chess pieces, more or less to say he was trying to think of ways of, if this character was going to act a certain way, let me talk to him, or let me ask this person to ask him to do this, because we all know that this character, because of the fact that Dazai-san knows Akutagawa will still listen to himself, because in this episode we learned, even from Oiga himself stated in the episode, that Akutagawa is basically a lone wolf and he will follow his own orders no matter what, but every time he does, he listens and actually gets good results at the end of the day, which makes sense too, because Akutagawa has always been a strong character. And it's funny because Dazai-san actually acknowledged that he was so strong, and this was like a fangirl moment for every single one, that I thought to myself, wow. Because the minute Dazai-san touched Akutagawa, everybody, I bet you everybody that saw the episode just literally just collapsed of laughter, because Akutagawa collapsed as if saying like, oh my god, my master touched me, senpai touched me on my arm. But I think it was more of a comic relief part, as if to say Akutagawa is finally able to say, oh, I can finally stop putting this charade on for myself. That's the way I kind of saw it after watching the episode. Actually, a couple more times. At first, it did look like a yaoi scene, or at least like a little comic scene, but no. It was more as to say like the character just exhaling his charade around everybody. And he's just saying, I'm happy that he is acknowledged by Dazai-san. Like I said, it's interesting to see Akutagawa's character, like I said, his character develop as well. Like I said, Bungo Stray Dogs is very entertaining. That's why I love this series. I freaking love it till the end. Oh my god, this series is so wonderful. And like I said, he was talking to Hirotsu, and Hirotsu was explaining to Dazai-san, so you basically planned everything out, and you know what was going to happen, and Dazai-san was saying yes, because we all know just how Akutagawa acts. And I love the fact that Dazai-san was saying, because there's a more prevalent character that we have to watch out for, that Akutagawa's and Atsushi's fight with the guild members themselves was not coincidence. It was Dazai-san saying that we need a stronger group, when these two are the perfect prime examples of yin and yang, and these two characters are basically going to become the defenders of Yokohama. You know, they are they're basically like the king and queen of the freaking chess piece board. You know, just think of those characters like that, because basically there's this new prevailing character, and I'm assuming it's like a Russian author or something, Fyodor. I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing it right or wrong, but this character, it seems that he was with Nathaniel Hawthorne, and apparently he has Nathaniel Hawthorne because of some woman that he's trying to heal. Apparently, I think it was Margaret, if I'm not too sure, mistaken. But then you actually then get to see that freaking this character, that he makes Dazai-san actually piss his pants. He makes him so frightened that Dazai-san has to look out for this guy, because he knows that they're gonna go into an all-out war. Like, so the next arc is gonna be about another group of authors, or Russian authors, that we might probably think, because we know we got the European authors with, I think it was the Clock Tower members. It could be them. They could be referenced to them again, but we're not too sure itself. But they could be coming back. We don't know that for sure. But the thing is, this brand new villain that makes Dazai-san frightened has to be very, very powerful, because Dazai-san is never frightened by ability users. Remember that. To actually make Dazai-san frightened is something of a class A character right there, which then goes a lot to say that Hirotsu was then explaining to Dazai-san, okay, so what you're doing now is flawless. That's why he explained it to him, like, no, like, what are you thinking right now? And I'm thinking, Dazai-san, what the freaking heck? Like, all that peace that was going in the background was just getting destroyed by Dazai-san saying a couple words, saying that, it's just gonna be an all-out war again. This is just This is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, my god, like I said, the episodes are getting more and more intense. Oh my god, just beautiful. It's still beautiful, guys. But I'm assuming that that's about it, guys. That's all I have to say for the episode. I did love everything that happened in this episode. It was enjoyable to the beginning to the very end. And even the poor Mafia members were actually very happy with the results that happened. But it seems that the Port Mafia now has to kind of fix themselves due to the fact that the guild members really did a number on them. They really did a number on the Port Mafia, and the Port Mafia is still sticking up, as even Koya-chan was explaining to Oigai that, you know, I'll still stick around for someone as defenseless as you, because you need help in every aspect. And Oigai just kind of brushed off and saying, oh, this woman. Like I said, it's just hilarious to see how the characters are interacting in the side stories that's going around there. And you know, we don't know as to what's gonna happen in the next arc, if the Port Mafia is gonna be relevant as well. We don't know if actually Ongo is gonna be involved as well, because think about it, guys. Ongo in this episode as well was still involved, and it seems that we learned that the guild member's previous leader was actually, you know, Moby Dick's owner. Right there and then, I thought to myself, what the frick? Like, damn! Just how much more could this episode give us? You know, we're just giving all these jaw-dropping moments, and it seems that Ongo-san recruited him, but that's because he recruited Melvin due to the fact that I believe he needed information off of the guild members themselves. And the episode did involve with the other guild members. The guild members, they all went their own separate routes, you know. They all just seem to be, one of them's going to be writing a novel, one of them's going back to become a revolutionary leader. And like I said, they're all doing their own thing. But apparently one of the guild members stated that Fitzgerald is still alive. They know he is. Which I would think, like, my god, if this character's still alive, Jesus H. Christ, Fitzgerald. No wonder you're called the Great Gatsby. Oh my god. Like I said though, guys, that's it for today's episode. I am like exhausted after talking for like 16 minutes in right now. We're probably like 18 by now. Oh my god. Season 2 was beautiful. I thought every episode of Season 2 was just beautiful. But let me know down in the comments below as to what was your favorite scene throughout the whole entire season. You know, who's your favorite character? Did you guys enjoy every battle action sequence that was involved? Did you guys enjoy Atsushi's character development? Did you guys enjoy Fitzgerald's actual fight itself? Like I said, there's just so many things that happened this season. Like I said, it's just that enjoyable. This anime honestly was my top number 1. This one, I would say Mahou Shoujo, but no, Bungo Stray Dogs is my number 1 still, at the end of the day. I love the reference to the authors every single time. It's just that intense. But like I said, guys, let me know down in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Bungo Stray Dogs episode discussions. And check out my fall 2016 playlist as I actually review other anime as well. Tiger Mask, Mahou Shoujo. You know, there's just many other ones that I actually review. And as always, guys, that's it for today's segment. But have a wonderful day, guys, and stay safe.